Hello MTBR, it's Double D, Doug Dalton from Cannondale Research and Development, and I'm here to show you the 2010 Rise 120. Pretty much innovative technology that's shown on this bike, and I think 3D forging would be probably the best example. We take a solid piece of aluminum and through a 3D forging process create very complex shapes where we can really control the inner and outer surfaces of each part. And I say each part because the Rise 120 incorporates three 3D forged pieces: the stem steer, the OPI lower, which used to be a spindle pressed onto the air cylinder and lower, which is now one piece, and then probably the coolest part is the seat tube. So seat tube, bottom bracket, and pivot are all made out of one piece of aluminum. So we all know that getting rid of parts lowers the weight. We all know that getting rid of overlap and bolts, in this case, would get rid of weight. But what a forging really does is it aligns the grain structure of the aluminum to really increase the strength, the fatigue life, and let us manipulate tube shapes so we can make a lighter weight, stiffer structure. So lateral forces or turning forces are kind of controlled by this upper tube. You can see it's ovalized, hydroformed. Torsional forces between the handlebars and the bottom bracket are by this enormous hydroformed tube here in the down tube. Like I said, BB and pivot are linked by a 3D forged tube, super thin wall chainstays, and really the beauty here is the chainstays and the seat stays. So ultra thin, lightweight chainstays always have a heat affected zone. So where the aluminum is welded together, you have to increase that wall thickness, which increases the weight. So what Cannondale's done for 2010 is actually created a bit of a bow in the seat stay, which at high bottom out loads actually works like a leaf spring to absorb those loads, providing a stiffer structure in the lower, but taking up those loads in the upper for longer fatigue life. That brings us up here to our manipulating linkage, we call it. Traditional bikes have been designed around a leverage ratio. So wheel goes up an inch, shock goes in a half an inch, 2 to 1, whatever it is. And leverage ratio is great when we were talking about steel coil springs. But these days, air springs allow us to really infinitely adjust that spring curve. So we add damping forces, the air spring curve, and the leverage ratio to come up with a motion ratio. So what that means for the rider is super soft off the top, a very linear pedaling platform area, and then a nice ramp for bottom out. So it gives you smooth pedaling, good power transfer, the whole bike coming in about 24 pounds, super lightweight, and let me tell you, the geometry is totally dialed to make a lot more fun on the trail. So drop by your Cannondale dealer or visit cannondale.com and yeah, swing a leg over one and put a big smile on your face. Thank you.